All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, 2019, and Carla is back in the house. Let's go, come on, let's go. What's up, Carla?
This is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like two football guys here talking about football.
Why do you say that?
Because that's how usually you see a lot of these videos. Two big guys sitting in a recliner.
I don't think you look like a big guy.
That's what I feel like.
So before this, we tried this video once.
I feel like a big dude.
And she says I'm sitting here looking like a big husky dude, and I'm like, I don't really get that one. I don't think anyone out there would agree that right now you look like a big husky dude. Do you think Carla looks like a big husky dude?
I feel big.
I think you look beautiful. All right, just saying. All right. So welcome home, Carla. Carla, as maybe you know or maybe not, if you're new to this channel, that I had an injury. So for about the past 22 days, you've been handling all 5 kids, teaching all of our tennis lessons, doing everything under the sun, including going to the restroom with me for the past 22 days, running all the errands and doing absolutely everything that we always do. The two of us that are still busy by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Carla hasn't been here, but she's back. Let's get down.
And I still ran for this, and then I leave again in a bit. So
I think we have like an hour window, something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we don't want to take up an hour, so we're going to get right back into the show. By the way, thank you very much, Carla, for taking care of me completely without a hiccup in the past 22 days. She's done a really good job.
You know what I see? I saw the dog sneaking upstairs.
My dog just snuck upstairs?
Yeah, I saw her. Katana.
She gets, when we do videos, she's found that she can walk up the stairs and go into our bedroom while we do this. And she can deal with the repercussions later. All right, so to celebrate Carla's return, we're going to do a quick version of rapid fire questions to start the show. Carla, this is just for you, though. This is just for Carla. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, right off the top. Question number 1, Carla. Over the past 22 days and counting, okay, after the past 22 days now and counting, you've had to do everything literally for a 41-year-old man. You name it, from going to the restroom to getting you food, cooking, etc. Which of these things have you found that you like to do the least? What's the least favorite thing you like for me to ask you to do when I can't do it myself?
Bathe you?
Bathe?
That would be my least favorite.
And I thought that was a positive.
No.
Damn.
Well, the only reason I don't like it is because I know you feel uncomfortable, so it's not, And now on top of that, you can't really get a real bath, It's a sponge bath, so that's tough.
Yeah, all hobbled on one leg.
I don't think I would like that if I was in your shoes. I wouldn't like that either.
Question number 2. On a match point against me, I jumped into the air going after a lob that you hit over my head. I came down, ruptured my patellar tendon, and fractured my wrist. Okay? And ultimately, I lost the match.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how good was your shot that you hit?
10 plus.
Nasty lob. So look, no kidding. I blow out my knee.
He had no chance.
I fractured my wrist. And I kind of rolled around, for a second, and I got 3 heads above me. I got like
the ball has so much spin that you had no chance.
I had 3 heads. I had 3 heads above me. I had Carla right here. I had another guy right here, and I had another guy right here. And the only thing I remember, when Carla looked down at me like this, my lob was in too. I won that. And I just my knee was pointed this way.
No, I watched you jump and then land. I looked at my ball at the same time. Oh, okay, went in. Oh, awesome. And then I looked at you. I called the 2 guys because I already knew. I was like, okay.
I come back into realizing I'm a human being still on planet Earth after the shock and awe of that injury. And the first thing I hear is, my shot was in. I'm like, dang, really? All right, that's true though.
I told him not to play that match too.
All right, question number 3. What is one thing you have learned during this past 22 days of going through this injury with me? In general, not specific to me. What's something you've learned in the past 22 days?
I don't like bringing religion or anything, but to have a lot more faith and that there are good people around you and to think about God more often, which I don't think I did too much, but I do every day now. I think that would be it right there. That anything is possible.
I wrote here that there are good people left in the world. Because I think at times, sometimes we get wrapped up in our own kind of lives internally, and we don't realize things that are external unless it's kind of what we see on TV in a way. And not that we watch too much TV, but if we do, it seems like it's always some a bad thing or some news story. It's always a bad thing. So you tend to think. At least sometimes I think we tend to think there's more negative in the world but good, but since this injury I've realized that I think the good is outdoing the bad.
The second thing would be, I'm not a type of person to ask for help, but I've learned that with this, I have to ask for help. I've asked friends to help take kids, other friends to take my other kids to school, just do certain things, cook and stuff like that I would normally never ask anyone to do. So yeah.
I think the camera with this we flipped our phone around this way because of the setup. So this is a front view camera. Mm-hmm. So I think I think your eyeballs have to look right there.
There.
I think so. I don't know though. I might be wrong.
I don't know. I don't like this front view, by the way.
Well, either way. A second thing, patience. I'm the most impatient person you will ever meet. Am I wrong? I'm the worst person with patience, and I'm beginning to maybe learn a smidgen of patience.
You have no patience, and I always ask God to give me more patience with you, by the way.
All right.
All right, see? No patience. But he's going to have to learn patience because that's a injury that requires a lot of patience.
Question number 4 and the last one. Carla, having seen this injury happen from start to finish, you were on the court, watched it happen, you had a match point, won the match, and I went down on that match point. How does seeing this happen and the aftermath of it happening affect your tennis game personally moving forward?
I don't go for stuff like I normally do, nor have I had the desire to really play much tennis, honestly. I'm out there coaching. Normally I hit with my students. I don't really hit with them anymore. I don't find pleasure in it anymore. I don't know, it's weird.
Huh?
Yeah, my tennis is kind of... I'm all right with just feeding a ball.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you really?
Yeah,
is that serious?
For now it is, yeah.
I'm like speechless on that one.
Yeah, I just haven't, like I was hitting against one of my students, and usually I want to kill the ball and make them work for it, and I don't know, I'm content being a coach.
No, man, look, it's my goal to be back 100%, period, plain and simple, and I will get back there. If not 100, I'm getting back 100. We'll play.
Well, I think the reason why I think that is because I don't want the same thing happening to me, and I think about 5 kids, and I think maybe it's just time to pass.
Well, I mean, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So, no, I mean, heck no. No, it's going to be a whole lot better than that. No, that's negative. Yeah, I get it. It was gnarly. It happened. Mm-hmm. I've known my entire life my quadriceps were my weakest link. How many times over the years have I said I should get in the gym and I should work my quadriceps? How many times? Many times. Didn't do it, and what happened? But no. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Let's move forward on that. We're going to play. Okay, we're gonna play. I mean, yeah, 100% coaching, yes, but we will play. We will play. That's a fact.
All right.
Period. Plain and simple. All right, that was a mind jolt. That kind of zapped all my energy out this way for a second. Yeah, heck yeah, we're gonna play. Come on, man. Seriously, that's just one of those things.
I mean, I stopped playing for many years, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're taking a break of tennis.
Yeah, we went through like a year of not playing very much in Montgomery. Yeah. So why will we play now? Shit, let's go. Heck yeah, we're going to play. Let's get down. Boom. You better count on that. Film that comeback match and everything. I want to win that shit. I want to win that match too. Shoot. All right.
I let him win so he doesn't get hurt.
Well, welcome back, Carla. Glad you're here. Let's jump right into the ATP Finals, which has been ongoing. I've watched a lot of this. I watched the Next Gen Finals as well. I've had kind of a fun time watching some of these matches this year. Am I a hypocrite? Because for the past year, I've stated that I don't like these end-of-the-year tournaments, and now for some reason I find myself liking them. The Next Gen Final I thought was great. We got to see the young Yannick Sinner from Italy that I think we'll see a lot more from. And we have a rather interesting ATP Finals. The last, year and a half of the ATP Finals, 19 out of 20 matches were straight set wins, or 19 out of 19 matches, and now we've had 2 epic matches, one with Nadal and
Medvedev.
Medvedev.
I didn't see that match, but I had
one with Djokovic and Thiem.
I did see that one. I had Wayne Chia messaging me on that one, and I thought it was over. I mean, wasn't he down like 4-0 or 5-0?
Medvedev had Nadal on the ropes 4-0 in the third, and then he had him 5-1 on the ropes.
That's crazy, and that I have to agree with Wayne Chia. That is bad mentally for Medvedev to have a player like Nadal on the ropes and then to just let him go. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that Nadal's still playing in this tournament. I would have enjoyed my honeymoon. I wouldn't have even bothered with this.
I think I saw his wife in the crowd, though.
Yeah, for him to lose to Zverev, I had to laugh. I was like, is this a joke?
Because I think his wife dyed her hair blonde, by the way.
No way. I don't think so. She has beautiful dark hair.
I think they kept showing someone in his box with the blonde
hair. That's
hair.
his sister.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say that.
And she has straight hair,
okay,
by the way.
Okay, well, shoot. You got the sister there.
That's his sister. But for him to lose to Zverev, I mean, if Zverev thinks that's the next... that this was a big win for him, that's a joke, because this is the ATP Finals, the end of the year. We know Nadal is tired. Djokovic lost 2, Federer lost 2. To me, I still can't give credit to those that have been beating them. They cannot do this in a Grand Slam. 3 out of 5, no way it's going to happen. Zverev, he might say, here you go, man, just so you feel better for the end of the year.
Also, I have to kind of reiterate again, how do I say this without someone just going off on me in the comment section? Even today and yesterday, watching some very, very, very good matches, okay? Namely Djokovic and Thiem, and namely Medvedev and Nadal. There were so... See it says over here? That means you gotta like pause because it's gonna restart. See? So I like this view better.
Pause it?
No, you're good. No. Like, when our camera faced the other way, we couldn't tell when we would... the camera automatically films like 12-minute segments, and then it films another 12 minutes and 12 minutes. So if you're talking through that little glitch where it stops and starts again, then you're, like, muted in time. So it told us on the side there, now that we could see it, that it was about to pause and start another one. So now people just hear us talking whatever, it doesn't really matter, and now I'm going to resume talking about whatever it was I was talking about so we can continue and no one will have missed the hiccup in time. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I forgot what I was talking about, though. Oh, yes. There was bits in time during matches even today and last night. Yes, Djokovic Thiem match. Yes, Medvedev Nadal match. Where there were still things you would see that you would not have seen between the two players if it had been at a major. So I'm agreeing with what you said.
I watched Djokovic play that match against
Thiem. Little smiles during it.
I watched him play Thiem. Yes, Thiem beat him, but that was not the normal Djokovic we normally see, the fighter. I mean, I didn't see... Djokovic makes it a lot tougher for his opponents. I really feel like
wait a minute,
he hasn't put 100%. No, I'm sorry. In a normal situation, there's no way Djokovic would have lost.
Okay, I wasn't mentioning the athlete's performance in a way. I think Djokovic fought hard. I watched that match. You didn't watch it. You watched some of it, yes.
I did watch it.
But I watched this match. I thought Djokovic fought hard. He almost had a real bad slip, though. He went for one of his typical splits, to reach a ball. I think it was to his backhand side, approaching the ad cord on his side of the net, and almost tweaked his ankle. I thought that was kind of a wicked tweak there. But look, let's say Djokovic is playing Federer at Wimbledon, and they are at 6-6 in the 5th set, right? Do you think there's a time that Roger Federer and Djokovic ever exchanged smiles, changing sides? Hey, or do you think it was more like, I'm going to the other side of the court? And some of these matches, like today, at some point during the match, Nadal would be kind of, no, not smiling, but, like they would kind of be laughing about each other's shots until it got a little bit more serious. In other words, it seemed like when it got to tough points, yeah, they played tough, but there was a lot of kind of chagrin or smiles and kind of less seriousness throughout a lot of the points. So what I'm saying is it's been great tennis, and especially those two matches. But at some points during those matches, there was friendly exchanges of smiles or too good, that shot was great. Whereas I think if it was in a major, it wouldn't be so friendly, Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe I spoke too long on that to get my point across. But I don't think there's any point in time during a major where you're going to be excessively clapping and smiling when your opponent hits a shot too good.
I just don't think
but
that
they do it here.
I know that a lot of the guys, Wildlife won, and I think Wade and Chia, they think, maybe the next generation is going to do something this upcoming year, this new year. I don't think so. I still don't see. This is 2 out of 3. Yeah, you beat Federer, you beat Djokovic. I don't think that team could do that in a Grand Slam back to back like that.
I think he can beat Federer back to back from now on.
Well, Federer looks older. Federer looks like his career is coming to an end. But Djokovic, I'm sorry.
This the Fed Express sweatshirt I got like in 2007 when I lived in Vermont, right? And man, I hate to say it, but it's been a good Express. It's been a good run. But I agree with you totally on what you just said. He's looking older. Because of time, let's push through some of the stuff that we've got written, or at least I've got written. I think you're kind of blinded to it. So let's roll through it. Let's recap the ATP.
I'm watching doubles. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like Air
They
Bear.
don't really rally from the baseline at all.
And I like Air Bear and Mahout a lot. I like that. I like them as a team. Mm-hmm. All right, but let's rewind to the Federer versus Berrettini match. Federer, in my opinion, looked slow, looked sluggish, almost looked mentally withdrawn from the match and kind of just limped his way through it. Beat Berrettini. In my opinion, Berrettini
really doesn't have much to hurt Federer or Djokovic. Just saying.
With that said, Berrettini, does anyone remember the level of player Jack Sock was in like 2017 when he won the Paris Master?
He's way better than Jack Sock.
Okay, but in his time, do you think it's safe to say that in 2017 Jack Sock is to the ATP Finals as Berrettini is to the ATP Finals today?
No.
I mean, they got in because they had a great late season,
No.
but at the end of the day, next season they're just going to suck.
Berrettini's game all around is much better. He has a net game. He doesn't have that funky grip. He has a strategy. He's just young.
Okay, that wasn't my opinion pitching that out there. I'm just saying Berrettini didn't win a set in any of his matches, yet he still has to play TM tonight. You
could just say,
but he hasn't even won a set.
Jack Sock is like Tiafoe, then yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay, Federer, in my opinion, will not win another major again. He looks sluggish. I am going to throw it out there once again. He will retire from tennis next year.
He should.
If he does not retire by the end of next year, I will do something crazy at your request on this show. Okay, he will retire next year. He will announce it. I can promise you that. That's a fact. Djokovic versus TM match. I think it was a well-played match. I thought it was a really...
I mean, his backhand looked better. It wasn't as crazy. He wasn't jumping as much. You can tell his coach, who was a tennis player before, what was his name? I forgot his name. He's from Chile, his coach. A Spanish player.
Who's coach?
TM's coach. I forgot his name. He used to play in the 90s. We used to watch him in the 90s. You just don't remember. He had long hair, very long hair, and a ponytail. I forgot his name, but you can tell his coach is making a difference. TM's coach.
Well, TM's made a lot of difference.
You can see his backhand. Yeah, it was a lot more solid,
more consistent.
Yeah,
a lot.
He can work on his serve still a bit.
Yeah, and he does jump at the one-hander.
I didn't see it that much.
He does it quite frequently still. I think it's less erratic, but again, if you watch TM when he hits his one-hander, sometimes he'll get so wrapped up in the moment and go a little spastic and jump up and then hit the one-hander. And I would say maybe 7 times out of 10 he misses it. But he's much more calm on that side of the court and much more confident. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What was I thinking? Think about this with the one-handed backhand, how difficult it is to hit. Think about this for a second. At least to take it to the highest levels. Think about this. Before Roger Federer jumped on the scene, right, around the year 2000, 99, 01, somewhere, 02, I think he beat Philippoussis in the final of Wimbledon, has a one-handed backhand, right? Besides Roger Federer and Stanislav Wawrinka, who was the last person to win a major championship with a one-handed backhand?
Patrick Rafter.
Patrick Rafter, 97. What about Costa? Didn't Costa, wasn't Costa, Albert Costa, didn't he win the French Open with the one-handed backhand?
He had a one-hander? I don't remember. I don't remember. Sergei Bulgaria has a two-hander, so no. I don't know.
2002, Costa, French Open. 1998, Australian Open, Peter Korda. 1997, U.S. Open, she nailed it, Patrick Rafter. And she didn't even write that in. Or she didn't even know that
he was one of my favorite. One of my favorite guys.
So the ability to pull that shot off consistently and not have two-handers picking it all the time is very difficult to do. Can TM join the list of those that we just mentioned and win with the one-hander against the whole different generation of rackets and strings and win with a one-handed backhand? Is TM in the level of player as Wawrinka was when he won his two majors as the Federers?
He can be in the level of Wawrinka. He needs to improve his serve a bit. I mean, he has a good chance. Time is ticking though for him. I mean, he has all the tools. Just it's how the draw. It would be how the draw opens up for him. The opportunities. You know, he would need a few lucky. The big guys losing in order for him to win. I don't think he'll win the French Open though. I think Nadal's too much for him with the one-handed backhand on clay. I don't find that the one-handed backhand is suitable on clay.
I don't know. I'm still in the dark on this one. He's shown...
I mean, well, Henin did win many, right, French Opens with a one-handed backhand, but the women's game is not as powerful. Yeah. Women's
game is different.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a brain buster for me. I don't know. He's shown the ability to fight, and he's good on clay. He has gone deep at the French. So I'm your thoughts on that one? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm still not sold on the TM train. I'm just not. All right. Tomorrow. Well, by the way, we already discussed Nadal and Medvedev. Medvedev. I think he had a bit of what do we call it? The yips. You know, he got up 5-1. You know, he got tight, and Nadal just kind of plodded along and won the match.
Well, that's Nadal telling him probably himself 1 point at a time. I've beaten him before. I can do this.
Yeah, it just happens. It happens. The door should have been closed. It didn't. But you know what? The Australian Open is coming soon. And when I made the revelation a moment ago that there were some glimpses during matches where maybe I didn't think it was as serious as other tournaments, namely the majors, because of, you know, exchanges of smiles, and it was too good during the match until it really gets to the crux where it gets really intense and then people's egos get going. During the match, Medvedev was too nice to Nadal quite a few times, and if you disagree with me, and you watch the match, I want to know why. But there was too many times where Nadal was smiling at Nadal and laughing, oh, that was so good, kind of Kyrgios-ish in a way, like never taking it seriously until it got serious, and then Nadal was just too serious. Anyway, I wouldn't have been so nice as I was Medvedev at any point in time during that match. That's all I'm saying. Tomorrow, Djokovic versus Federer. Who you got?
Djokovic should win that.
Yeah, I'm taking Djokovic quite easily. Again, the Fed Express is on. I've been a devout fan for a while, but I love the game, a student of the game.
I don't even think Federer has a chance.
I don't think Federer has a chance either. I think it might be a thriller for the crowd. Hey, they might get up behind the match and say...
If it were Wimbledon again, maybe, but no, this is hard court, no.
Yeah, I think...
Indoors, too, where Djokovic is really good.
Yeah, and if it goes 3 sets, you know, it was kind of planned out prior to. In my opinion, Djokovic should just destroy Federer tomorrow based upon the way Federer has looked. Slow, sluggish. Doesn't look like he's really having a good time out there.
Yeah, at least his haircut's updated.
He looks shaved a little bit.
Yeah, he updated his haircut. Why not? He got bored of the, going all the time, so.
When Rafael Nadal plays Stefano Tsitsipas, who you got?
Does it really matter?
For Stefano Tsitsipas.
Does it really matter? I mean, in order for Djokovic to stay number one, he has to win this tournament. So for...
Well, Nadal's number one now.
I mean, to be number one. So for Nadal, it would be good if he won against Tsitsipas. Could he beat him? Of course he can. Definitely can. Will he? I don't know.
I think TM will wipe the mat.
If this was a Grand Slam, I would say Nadal.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
TM will wipe the mat with Berrettini or tomorrow, I think it is. Berrettini's already eliminated anyway. Djokovic should beat Federer soundly, as well as if Djokovic meets Federer at any major next year. Nadal, I think, should beat Tsitsipas. If Tsitsipas wins, it doesn't matter because if it happens in a major, it's not going to happen yet. Right. Maybe on hard court or grass, but not on clay.
Yeah.
All right. Wrapping up the show, we're going to do a quick version of buy and sell. Okay? Buy and sell. I'm going to name a tennis player, male or female, women's or men's, and I want to know if you would buy them or sell them when you create your fantasy team for the Australian Open, as you know, that we do prize giveaways for. Okay, we always give out either YTEX Strings, YTEX Apparel, or 5K tennis t-shirts. And we also do a tennis racket as well, but that's for a different game, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And yes, we do have the Yonex VCore 97 Dual G to give away. But this category is going to be buy or sell. So when we do our fantasy teams, Carla, I'm going to ask you about 12 players, and all I want you to tell me is buy or sell if you would have them on your fantasy team for the Australian Open. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? Number 1. Simona Halep.
Buy.
Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Buy.
I would sell him on my fantasy team. He's still too young. Again, this is for big time prizes, tennis rackets. I'm going to sell him because I
I'll
think
buy him.
You're going to buy him. Okay. Alexander or Sasha Zverev.
So.
I might buy him next year. Let's go with Matteo Berrettini.
Berrettini. So.
Selling him too. Okay, selling him too. I think he's the jack sock.
I don't think he's
maybe a little bit better. He had a good end of the year. He got into the end of the year, but his wins and losses and set wins and losses have the truth. The proof.
How do we too young guys? I'm tired.
The proof is in the pudding. Okay. Dominic Thiem, buying or selling? Fantasy
for
team,
the Australian Open.
Fantasy team, Australian Open.
I'll sell him for the Australian Open.
I
don't think he'll do well this year.
I'm gonna buy him.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy him indoor. Surely he'll get prime time. He'll play a lot indoors in Australia. I'm buying, unless he can't hang with the heat. Because his butt, did you notice how big Tiem's butt looked? His butt looked big, and I don't like look at butts. I mean,
he's got a bubble butt, yeah.
Yeah, I just like, I'm like, ooh. You know, it's not my thing, obviously. Not that I have a problem with that. I'm just saying he has a big butt.
Yeah, he does.
All right, number 6, Roger Federer.
I'll buy him at a Grand Slam, always.
I'm going to sell him because I don't think he'll even make a final next year. I'm going to sell it.
He'll make a semis for sure.
I said final.
Oh, final. Okay.
And yeah, I don't think he makes it.
Oh, then final? Then I would sell.
Well, the whole point. Do you? I mean, what?
I thought we were picking like 8 people.
Okay, well you can. Okay, all right. Okay, well then I would buy him too. Will he be in the top 8 in the Australian Open? Maybe, but he might lose in the first round of Millman.
Nah.
Anyway, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Look at the way he did when he played Berrettini. Berrettini could have won that match. Number 7, Denis Shapovalov.
I'll sell him.
I'm gonna sell him too. Sell him too. Petra Kvitova, number 8.
I'll buy her.
Normally I would have bought her, but because I've gone through a knee injury now that was wicked and I had to see it, and she went through her wrist and had to see it, and if I remember correctly on a playing hand, I don't know if mentally I can ever come back from that, and I still have to stay positive about this thing. Anyway, I have to sell her. I love her, but I have to sell her. Number 9, Aryna Sabalenka.
Definitely so.
Buying that girl.
Is that a
What's
joke?
up?
Is
What's
that a
up?
joke?
Sabalenka's coming big and strong this year. Let's go.
I'd rather go with Bouchard than go with Sabalenka.
Now you're crazy. You want to take some?
Didn't you just win a match?
You want to take a bet on that? What's that? You're going to tell me Bouchard goes further than Sabalenka at the Australian Open?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Let's get down. You heard that?
Yeah.
Sabalenka versus Bouchard at the Australian Open.
Yeah.
I got Sabalenka going further. Number 10, Garbine Muguruza.
So.
I'm going to buy her.
Nah.
She's got more left in the tank. Don't let her be like Anna Ivanovic. Right?
Well, she won already 3 slams or 2.
It's 2. Wimbledon and French.
Okay, well then.
Number 11, Andy Murray.
I'll buy him.
Selling him. I wouldn't even put him in my unseeded player. I get he's had some exhibitionist type wins with exhibitionist type wins with a lot of flavor from the crowd, a lot of media, pumping it up for advertisements and Adidas, namely, and head rackets. I get that. But that was the end of the year, and the Australia when it's like 197 degrees with brush fires respectively. I think that Australia is actually hurting over something in terms of really hot summers and brush fires. So much love to everyone there enduring that. I read something about that today. In all due seriousness, what's up, buddy? You all right?
Yeah.
But when it matters and the really extensive heat and it's 120 degrees outside and Andy Murray is pushed to the limits, I don't think he can hang with the best and most primed athletes in the world at this point. Number 12, last one, Yannick Sinner, the 18-year-old Italian that won the Next Gen Finals.
He's too young, so.
I'm taking him. I liked him a lot. Thomas Berdych and Sibylkova. What's her first name? Dominika?
Yeah.
Tomas Berdych and Dominika Sibylkova retiring early. Are either one of them?
What?
Berdych is retiring.
When?
I read it today. He is announcing his retirement. Tomas Berdych, the best who never won a major. Yes.
When was he retired?
This year's his last year from what I've read. You can check
He's
it out.
not playing any more Grand Slams?
I don't think so. I read it. Call me out on it.
Oh my gosh, no. He was a hot guy too.
Yeah, she was one of his Thor type idols.
He was like one of my favorite.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah, that dude was.
All right.
He's a specimen.
Let's go. Specimen over here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the other guy that's the specimen?
Yeah, but Berdych had him.
But what was his name though?
Fusovic.
Fusovic. The Hungarian.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But Berdych had more game than him.
Yes. Okay. Is either Tomas Berdych or Sibylkova Hall of Famers?
I don't think Sibylkova is.
She made a final against Lee Na, didn't she, at the Australian Open? And Lee Na beat her, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows? I don't know. That's tough.
You know, that's
They've
a tough question.
They've got tough people in there. David Ferrer or Berdych. I think David Ferrer had a better career than him.
Look, I think Berdych. Someone should look this up. Which player between David Ferrer and Tomas Berdych went to the most major finals? I mean, Berdych had some heartbreakers in there. Well, he got trounced in all of them, I think. But I think he met Nadal in one. It didn't go too well.
Yeah, I just...
Wimbledon final.
They're in a tough era because there's a lot of great players in their era.
Man. All right. Next question. Is next year the last year of the big three?
No. Maybe the two of them will still play. Federer, I think, is done this year.
I think Djokovic will remain after next year is complete.
Oh, yeah, Djokovic will still play.
I think Djokovic will remain, the big one, and I think next year is pretty much going to be winding down for Nadal and Federer for sure. The next quick question. Will Bianca Andreescu climb to be #1 in the world next year?
No, not yet.
If she stays healthy, yes. Next question. I read that Roger Federer's net worth is $450 million American. If you had just a bit of that and you had to do something for the game of tennis, what would it be?
I would go to all the lower income places and try to find talent out there. Maybe fix some tennis courts around there. Put some tennis programs around there.
I thought about this question. I'm with you. I would build a small academy right here where we live, Dolphin Island. I would put maybe 6 to 8 courts, all kind of bubbled over, or we live near Hurricane.
I don't know that I would put it here.
An academy, yes, I would, and I'd put a school around it, and I would make it with just a part of that, say $20 million. I'd build the course, build a small school. I would still charge entrance, but you would make it affordable for even low-income people. So it's not just if you get a scholarship or if you have a lot of money. It's just if you're in and you're a good player and you have a desireness to learn, or maybe even not. As long as it's affordable, then we'll keep it sustainable.
That's tough to do. You'd have to work with a lot of people that do numbers.
Hey, I learned with my knee that we can get help from people we hardly even know when hard times happen. And if I had a smidgen of $450 million, then we can make that happen. Just saying. That's what I would do. Next question. Does Dominic Thiem, Tsitsipas, Zverev, or Medvedev win a major next year?
One of them will.
You think one of them? Which one?
One of them will. I think Tsitsipas has the best chance.
I think Medvedev...
Thiem would be next.
I think Medvedev has the best chance if he can keep his 6'6" frame healthy, just like Tsitsipas. 6'6" is a lot of long, lengthy body to keep healthy for a long time, especially matches every other day, best of 5 sets, and sometimes grueling heat. Sometimes not quite the 6-foot sitters thrive better. You know what I mean? So out of that list, I guess saying so, because Tsitsipas is 6'4", Zverev 6'6", and Medvedev is 6'6". Thiem, I think, may have the best shot, just by pound-for-pound package. Okay? True or false? Bianca Andreescu, Naomi Osaka, and Ashley Barty finish 1, 2, and 3 in the world next year at season's end and become the big 3 of women's tennis.
No, the big 3 will never happen in women's tennis.
I think that could very well happen. I think it depends on fitness.
It depends on their mood. Are they in love? Did something happen? Did some drama happen? I mean, women are different.
They're different.
Very different. We are we think a lot, you know, and what's around us affects us a lot more than you guys.
Okay, if you could name one thing that you think as a female would be the biggest difference that goes on in a man's mind and a female's mind when push comes to shove on the tennis court, what do you think it would be?
I didn't understand your question.
Because it was kind of a question I knew that would be no answer for. Because I don't think it really, I think if biologically, in other words, I think male or female on tennis court, I think the male's going to last a lot longer. But I think when I play you on the tennis court, I don't think of you as a female on the tennis court. I think of you as like a soldier. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, maybe that came out wrong. But, when I play you, I don't think I'm playing a female. I think I'm playing with a tennis player that can play, and I better, not give up a game or blow out my knee, otherwise I'm going to get trounced. I think that biologically, though, if you have the female tennis player in her tip-top shape, in the prime of her prime, the best in the world ever that lived, namely, let's say Serena Williams in her prime, and put her up Roger Federer in his prime, the male is going to win because of just because of biology.
Yes.
However, I think the mentality is a gladiator in the same right.
Yeah, sure. But again, their personal life affects them more than guys.
True that.
That's what I'm saying to you. We don't know. We don't know. Family, death in the family, love could go wrong, betrayal, something. You just don't know.
Or it could be kind of like, if you see a little boy, if you see a little girl call a little boy, like, you're fat, the little boy's like, but if a little boy calls a little girl fat, the girl goes and cries home and cries for a week.
Exactly. We're built different. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone, that is it. This was an impromptu show, but thank you very much if you watched it this far. Please subscribe to our channel. Please, 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 please. Thanks so much to all of you for the support during this injury. I enjoyed doing this show. It was fun. Much love to all of you guys out there. We'll see you soon. We'll do another show in the next day or two. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get some good news from that.
I think you get your stitches removed tomorrow.
Yeah, I get my stitches taken out of the knee tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that because I know that'll let my skin stretch out a little bit. Like the doctor said, man, your legs are so tight, like thin. Not that I had big legs, but he was like, this surgery probably wouldn't hurt so bad in the aftermath if you had some skin to stretch. So I'm glad to get those out tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, thanks for being back, Carla. And you worked really hard, and I appreciate it more than anything. Sorry for griping a couple times. All right. See you later, guys. Take care. As Carla always says.
Adios.
All right, but you got to hit that stop button. Let's go. Come on. Let's get down. Let's get down. Come on. What's up? Let's go.